meant to be a calm weekend for two sisters. With their parents away, they had the house to themselves, a kitchen full of snacks, and a movie marathon planned. Excitement was in the air. At first, everything seemed normal, but before long, small disturbances began to creep through the quiet home. Lights started to flicker for no reason.
What was that noise?
I think your doll just moved.
Shut up.
No, I'm serious.
No, you're not.
The doll on its stand slowly rotates, pauses, then spins again with more force. Shortly after, the bedroom door opens on its own, as if something unseen has been invited inside. Seconds later, the doll is abruptly knocked to the floor by an invisible force. The girls scream and bolt from the room, slamming the door behind them. Since that moment, they refuse to go near the doll. Manuel and his colleague stood watch as security officers at the local school, patrolling the premises to prevent any sinister activity after dark. At 2 a.m., as the night wore on, Manuel and his co-worker were passing the time when the events captured in the upcoming footage took a dark and unexpected turn.
Che, boludo, ¿escuchaste eso? Claudio. Shh, ¿escuchaste eso, boludo?
¿Qué?
Allá en el aula hay como un ruido, boludo.
Nada, boludo.
Pero vamos, porque Pai dijo que firmemos, boludo. Si no vamos después, Pai, si Servino nos va a sacar el cuero, boludo. Vamos a ver qué onda un toque. Vamos un toque, boludo, dale.
¿Qué onda, boludo? Hace un frío acá afuera.
Sí, boludo, hace un refrío. Pero acá parece que hace más frío, porque dice cuando hace frío que es por algo, digamos.
¿Dónde escuchas, boludo? Acá hay ruido en toda la escuela.
Pero sí, boludo, ¿no escuchaste? ¿Ves escuchar? ¿Escuchás, boludo? ¿No escuchás?
No escucha nada, boludo. A ver. Está cerrado. Ah, pensé que... Ah, hay como una cortina ahí.
Sí.
¿Dónde escuchaste, boludo?
Sí, boludo, para mí que por allá, o ahí, no sé. Mira, ve.
¿Dónde, boludo?
Por acá era.
No, boludo, ¿viste eso? Ah, boludo.
Paranormal activity erupted, sending Manuel and his colleague into panic. Despite the fear, they bravely documented the chilling phenomena. The evidence they captured was convincing, but what's even more terrifying is that Manuel continued to experience disturbing events long after that night. The footage you're about to witness is a raw, live recording from a chilling nocturnal cemetery expedition. It depicts a man's solitary journey through an undisclosed graveyard. During his exploration, he faces an unexplainable, horrifying incident, a spectral figure materializing directly before him. This encounter is unmistakably captured on film.
Astagfirullahaladzim. Astagfirullahaladzim. Cek aing oge naon. Binatang.
As we can observe, while the man explores the cemetery, a pale entity suddenly manifests directly before him. On closer examination, this object appears to possess long, flowing hair, a feature often linked to spectral figures. The apparition is hovering eerily above the gravestones. Initially, the man displays his courage by documenting the specter for a notable period. However, he eventually becomes overwhelmed by terror and begins to retreat from the area. In this video, a woman is filming her child. This incident occurred on the third night of a ritual for her departed husband. Following the ceremony, the woman simply recorded her child at play, intending to create a social media post. However, without her knowledge, the camera unintentionally captured a cryptic figure observing from the foreground. Watch closely and pay attention. We can clearly see that while the mother films her child post-ritual, the camera unwittingly captures a figure peering from behind a nearby bench. It's distinctly visible that the figure is a man, grinning with a cheerful expression. Yet moments later, the figure mysteriously vanishes without a trace. This apparition was caught by a man while he was riding a train. He was filming the moment with his phone camera. At that time, he was passing through a picturesque mountain view. However, hidden behind the beauty shown in the video, a cryptic presence was unknowingly captured by the lens. Pay close attention. In the recording, a white apparition is indeed visible. Initially, the specter appears unclear as the train moves quite rapidly. However, once the video is slowed down, this apparition becomes significantly more distinct. Upon closer examination, it's a pale shadow that seems to float eerily above the ground. The next video is a truly terrifying one, captured by a woman. It shows her and a friend strolling towards an unfamiliar location. At the time, the woman was attempting to film their journey with her phone camera. She recorded their progress, laughing and conversing with her friend. However, a single moment went unnoticed by both, a moment that was utterly horrifying. After some walking, past a garden, the woman's phone camera unintentionally documented something believed to be an apparition. Watch now and observe carefully.
Kita lagi di kebun, guys. Sepi, guys. Ini repot rambutan, guys. Kagak kelihatan, guys. Nggak ada rambutannya, guys. Sudah diambilin, guys. Wah, itu apa, guys? Itu apa, guys? Ya guys, ya guys, ya guys. Ya guys.
We can see that as the woman proceeds along a dark, quiet path, nothing appears unusual or suspicious. But abruptly, an odd object is captured by the camera. The object is a white shadow with long hair and a very strange face. Even more unsettling, the apparition is floating and then vanishes mysteriously. After reviewing the footage multiple times, I believe this video is most likely original and unedited. The apparition caught by the camera was an unintended occurrence. For Celeste, a night shift worker, the facility she served in carried a disturbing reputation among employees for strange, unexplained events. Staff often murmured about shadowy figures, wandering deserted wings, and faint voices calling their names from rooms long empty. While many chalked these tales up to fatigue-induced delusions, Celeste felt certain something genuinely unearthly was at play. Determined to uncover the truth, she began filming her night rounds, hoping her camera might capture proof of the haunting. First, her recordings revealed nothing unusual, but one night, that quiet ended abruptly when the activity escalated. Celeste walked down an unoccupied corridor. Her phone's microphone caught a deep, unsettling growl, one she hadn't noticed in real time. It was only during playback that she heard it. The following nights, the growls persisted, each recording sharper, louder, and more menacing. By the time she reached the elevators, the doors began opening and shutting on their own, as if something unseen was pacing alongside her. The realization hit. She was being pursued by a presence, feeding on her growing fear. Determined to face it, Celeste ventured back days later to the infamous top floor, long rumored to be the epicenter of the strange occurrences. While climbing the stairwell, she was met with a horrifying mix of guttural growls and the eerie, tuneless humming of a woman echoing through the darkness. At the final door, she found a pentagram carved into the wood, a grim warning that something dark and dangerous was inside. Then, at exactly 3 a.m. days later, Celeste documented her most terrifying experience yet. growls erupted from beyond the marked door, and her camera caught a shadowy figure moving in the gloom. But when she opened it to confront whatever was there, the room was empty. After sharing her encounters online, viewers were left shaken, speculating whether the building was home to a demonic force. The Russian explorer, Tim Morozov, is no stranger to danger. He's known for spending the night inside places most people wouldn't dare to enter. This time, he chose what locals call a demonic house, a building feared for its violent energy. Stories include shadows that move on their own, unexplained voices, and even physical attacks on those who step inside.
Википедии, но я хочу сказать то, что если он уже сейчас находится на последней стадии, то это может быть очень опасно. Началось. Если это все-таки полтергейст, я думаю, что он еще не достиг пика своей активности, потому что на меня он, по крайней мере, пока не нападает.
Not long after arriving, Tim begins hearing demonic voices echoing around him. Then, the cabinet door suddenly creaks open, without anyone near it.
Спиритической доски. Усиливается, либо начинает злиться. Почему ты злишься? Я только хотел с тобой поговорить. Я не желаю тебе ничего плохого.
The activity quickly escalates. Objects are tossed violently in one of the rooms as if unseen hands were lashing out. Soon after, a curtain begins shifting, forming the shape of something beneath it, something attempting to reveal itself.
Герой, он дурачил меня и пугал все это время. Таких хитрых, темных и опасных сущностей я еще не встречал. Твою мать.
As if that weren't enough, he then captures an eerie sound, partly like a cat, partly something much darker, calling out, almost demanding his attention. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then please subscribe to Shivers and ring the notification bell beside it to get notified of future creepy videos. I will really appreciate that, and I'll see you next time.